from looking at you, he don't know?
Well, of course, I'm a full-time father. I'm an author, mentor as well. I started out in retail. That's actually how I got into mentoring. I was a 911 dispatcher at one time. I actually come from a law enforcement family. My father's been there for 29 years. My great-grandfather retired from both agencies down in Tampa, Florida. So that's really how I got my start. And like a lot of people, I found myself caught up in tradition. That's why I like those videos where I touch on things that nature. I speak it so well because I've been that person. Caught up in tradition, trying to appease certain people in my family or following their footsteps. You know, thinking everybody's path is my path, and that's really how I stumbled into the mentorship. I went through a situation with that job, and it's crazy now. That's why I speak from a place of experience with the things that's been going on with police. I've been on both sides of the fence, actually working with them when I was there, being a dispatcher. My father, of course, being one, and just saying how that whole situation is really fraternity. It's a brotherhood. They do their absolute best to, no matter what you did, to take care of one another. Because I've been on both ends, both ends of the spectrum. So, but that's how I ended up getting into my mentorship after they let me go. After 4 years, I just realized how reliant a lot of us become, or how comfortable we get being reliant on a stranger to take care of everything in our lives. Just being solely reliant on a stranger to, provide the most minuscule things in life, like socks, water, food on the table, everything. And in my opinion, it all boiled down to nepotism, because I had other people that was in the same position, did the same exact things I did, or worse. They got a pass because of who they knew, things of that nature. So that's what really got me into the mentoring. Once I left, I started a retail business back in 2012. I started my own brand, my own t-shirt brand, and I had an aunt who was tied in with Nike. So I got with her, and we just started. We put our brains together. And I really had, from prior experiences, from things I did in the streets. I came up with a 2-for-1 deal. Like, okay, if you buy the shoe, you get the shirt. Really just trying to build interest in my shirts, because I knew just coming out the gate of this, this mystery guy from Tampa with t-shirts, who's gonna buy it. So I actually just pushed that agenda into the shirts. I actually got enough steam on their own. So what people had, just interest in the shirts only. Following that, I just started taking the money I was making from that and pushing it into my mentorship. And it's crazy. Even like the videos y'all see, I've been doing them for years. But it took me going viral June 8th.
Wow. What year?
That's my daughter's 5th birthday, we went viral. I got like 7.1 million views on Facebook.
Was that the gun video?
No, not the gun one. That was the one.
That's what made you go viral.
That's the first one
I seen, right?
Yeah, no, not that. Honestly, it was unfortunate. That one low key went viral. But our people have become so naive to guns and so scared of them that I know a lot of people are scared to repost it. I know people who reached out, really big up people and like, man, I like what you're doing. And they reposted my first video that went viral, but it wouldn't touch that one based on their image and how people may look at them.
Right.
But I mean, it's nothing illegal about it. You got other race groups that teach their children the same exact thing. They're hunting. I've been to the range and I've seen 6-year-olds, that can take apart M16s and things of that nature. So a lot of times we're naive to it, which is unfortunate. But like a lot of the messages I'm pushing out, the same agenda: independence, self-reliance, self-awareness, self-love, self-education. It took me going viral for it to actually hit another plateau. I'm appreciative. It took like almost 5 years, but my mentorship has finally, broken through and crossed that threshold.
With your videos going viral, I know you receive a lot of feedback from
a lot.
The community and people and voicing their opinions. How do you handle that?
I do get some out of the way opinions, some comments and things of that nature, but I just tell people all the time, if it's something, especially negative, if it's something you want to address me about, I'm accessible. I'm everywhere. I just hang with my kids. So, if you see me in Walmart one day, you want to address that situation, or you feel some type of way, then I'm there for a good debate, But the negativity, it don't bother me. I've dealt with like real situations on the concrete. So comments are like,
internet is something. It's
right.
What
is that?
It's like equivalent to my daughter being like, "Dad, I'm mad at you." Okay,
right.
You'll be talking to me again now. I don't
Okay.
think-
Right.
We watch my video. Something
Yeah.
else gonna
So,
check.
and you know what I learned? Like, the internet is so vicious. It's people who
Yes.
actually appreciate what I'm doing, but they rather be the elephant in the room and throw something. Because I've had people who say these things, and I look at my list and they follow me. And I'm like, wait,
Wasn't you just talking this?
yeah, you just said like you hate everything I stand for. It's not adding up. So, really to me, it's the devil's playground. It's the place where people can say absolutely anything they want with no repercussions because they're safely in their house, you know, behind a keyboard or with a phone, and they know like you can't reach through the phone and be like, what you like? Somebody done got to the kids before. You know, we laughed it off. We laughed it off. It's like, all right. Hey, listen, if you-
Don't blame my kids.
if you saw me at 6 p.m., I'll give it broad daylight. You wouldn't. Your conversation
You wouldn't even go there.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
probably wouldn't even look your way.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't trip.
Yeah.
I don't trip at all.
We're glad you're using the internet and YouTube for something positive.
Right,
and
right.
spreading the positive word.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
I really love what you're doing. Now, I know you were doing your tour. So is this where your tour stops? Or is
No,
it
I'm-
continuing?
I'm actually here for trading.
You just here for Trade Day?
Yeah,
So how did that come about? Like, how did
it's
you get
crazy
involved?
with him too. He DM'd me and we ended up talking. It's just last Friday, and he was like, "My sister showed me your video a month ago, but the thing about going viral with a lot of blogs, if you have a watermark, or even if they know who you are, a lot of times the big ones, and we know who the big ones are.
Yeah.
Because I was on a couple of them, but I learned they intentionally do not tag you. So it's reverse psychology. This how they work. They will take your video, they'll repost it. They know you're gonna go, wow, that's a big blog. That was an opportunity. So you're gonna reach out and go, hey, my name is so and so. Put my name on it. But then that's when they go, okay, we got you for $1,000. So
On your own stuff. That's
right, yeah,
crazy.
we know one of the websites that's like the biggest in the ethnic world. They have made a living off taking other people's videos, removing their name, and then selling it back, selling your tag name back. It's so bad, like one of them, to put the name in bold is an extra $500. I mean, like,
put it out there. I mean,
I know WorldStar put
World
WorldStar.
Star. World Star, yeah.
I already do this.
They took my gun video the other day, another one.
Oh,
And-
wow.
And I'm not, like I said, I'm appreciative of all of it.
Right.
But I just think when it's something for the betterment of our people, we could go about it like a whole. We can even barter if that's what you want to do. We could barter. Like yeah, I could come to your platform and give a free speech, whatever the case is. But I think it's just better ways to pull each other up rather than like knock each other down. And I really feel like well I know for sure like that video. Yeah, the one they posted last week was one of the first gun ones I did. They had to go down my timeline to find that
And
video.
I mean, that was just all on your
Yeah,
page.
they had to go down the timeline to find that video. And then when you reach out and be like, hey, you know, XYZ, then it's okay, yeah, well, for 800 we could do this, for 4,000 we could do this, or I'm like, that's crazy. So y'all essentially get paid for like
Still people stuff.
priority information. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is public, so that's
Right.
that's where the technicality comes in, where you can't be like, oh, give it back. You put it out there for the world to see, but I think it's just like, especially if it's for the betterment of our people, because you know the owners of that establishment are African American. It would be nice, you know, for you to
Right, support and be more, you know, supportive of me. So the
Right.
description of the video is just like a guy and his kids.
Yeah.
That is so
And
messed
so
up.
that's how me and Trey started talking. Trey was like, man, I saw a video of you about a month ago. My sister showed you. He's like, we had no idea. We know you existed, but we didn't know who you were because there's no information with this video just bouncing around. And he was like, my back to school giveaway in Tampa is Saturday, tomorrow at 1.
Okay.
So we actually, he's like, if you can make it here, you know, I got you. So we jumped on the road Thursday at 9:30. We got here yesterday like 2 p.m.
So he drugs.
Yeah, 15 hours.
Just your kids?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it is.
And this
So
is your first time in Houston?
Yeah.
Wow.
I passed through like Dallas when I was a child, but I was just passing through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That don't count.
So, down here now we got to leave at like 7:38 tonight to get back home by like, cause y'all actually an hour different than us. So we got to I got to try to make it back home around like noon. Just gonna change clothes, go to
Yeah.
UTLR and do my back to school giveaway.
Wow. Did you think you would ever be doing this and making it to me?
Yeah, I did. I'm real big on positive programming, and I really believe in like the power of the thought and the tongue. So when I Yeah, when I get up daily, I just try to. It some stuff just be so far fetched. You would be like, man, you tripping this morning. I be like, man, listen, by next year, I'm going X, Y, Z.
You gotta speak
Yeah.
it into
Yeah, you gotta
existence.
speak it though.
Yeah, I know.
And they be looking like, and then it comes like my daughter's mother. She like, you and this speaking stuff. She like, it's scary because every time you speak it, it happens. But nah, I'm big on the positive programming, so I just jump up every day and be like, listen, I'm gonna have a good day. Nothing, no obstacles gonna get in my way, no adversity. We're gonna kill whatever we got going on today, and we're gonna push forward. So that's how I move.
Man, you just sound like David Quotes. You just like hearing you speak is just so empowering.
I appreciate that.
And I know you talk about logic a lot and being realistic, and I watched, well, we both watched like a lot of your videos, and what I got from it is like simplicity. Like what you're saying is not hard to comprehend, but yet
No.
so many people look over that. And it's crazy. I know you had like 7 rules of like logic that you like brushed up on taxes and raises. You talked about I don't know, you talked about parenting. I know you talked about you asked the question like what would you do, but you kind of brushed up on it just now about, you know, if you were a stranger, you know how we kind of hang our lives in from a stranger, like working.
Right.
I want to know like what made, like, when did you come to that mind frame where you could like distinguish these things and be able to preach to other people and speak that to other people and really stand firm on it because you done been through it?
Yeah. As a child, I used to have all the time. I used to have a lot of premonitions. I would only talk to my mother about. And I remember her telling me at like, I think I was probably like 5 or 6, and I had a weird one, and I told her about it. She was like, she was telling me about something called, like, maybe something called the gift of discernment. She was like, I think you have it really early on. You just need to make sure that you, what did she tell me? Just make sure you use it for good things. She was like, but you have a real gift of looking at things and being able to analyze and tell outcomes. And you right, a lot of times what actually happened. So, like, going back to when I got fired, that's what really put the fire in me. It's probably like 3 things. When Trayvon got killed, I took a real, I don't know where it just really bothered me. Like, Brown got killed, that really bothered me. When I lost that job and I saw firsthand nepotism hit me in the chest, that really bothered me. And then that's when I came to the conclusion, like, I have to take the information I've gained. I have to take all the knowledge and wisdom I gained, and I got to double back and educate people on this. Educate, really just enlighten. No, not even say educate, because that it don't mean you're not smart if you don't know that stuff, but enlighten as many people as possible. And that's what really started the mission. I just really got, I saw full force, like the bias and the injustice within like this whole system that we live in. Working with them, and then, you know, seeing how they handle my situation. And then like just combining like all the, you know, the everyday violence that's inflicted upon our people that they get away with and things of that nature. And my older brother, who taught me a lot of stuff I know, he's doing 15 years. So we communicate. I go visit him, and I've been like, again, like, I've worked there. I had a shooting in 2014, August 20th. It was split self-defense, but again, going back to that fraternity thing. I'm not gonna say it was a red carpet rollout, but it was actually love when they got there because of who my father is. Because of, immediately when I said my name, they handled my situation totally different than they would handle anybody. So, like I said, I've seen the game from different angles. I've seen it being an employee there, and how y'all, I was exiled from y'all fraternity for reasons, but somebody standing next to me could get away with it. And then I saw 3 years later, fast forward, when I got into a legal situation, and how like they came with smiles and was like, you're there. Oh,
That's, that.
Yeah,
it's not nothing. We can get that
out
of the way.
And, you know, and it was nothing following that. So yeah, like soon as they cuffed me, put me in the car. Initially, they treated me, you know, how they treat animals. And I actually called them after, because I have a permit to carry, so I knew in those situations the steps you take after you discharge a fire, especially if you hit somebody. They get there, they put me in the car. He come up to the window. He like, you look there. I was like, yeah. He was like, why didn't you say that? I was like, I told y'all my name when I made the call. Y'all asked my name, and he was like, oh man. He's just like, you know, gave me that right there. I was like, oh man, and it just went on from there. But it was almost love when they detained me for the interrogation. It wasn't like, but again, I'm sitting there thinking like, y'all something else. Like,
with this happening, everybody having
right,
inclinations, right.
Right, and I understand like if one of my friends had done that, totally
It's
different situation.
right.
So again, that was just another reminder, like, you know, I have to open my mouth. I have to say something. I have to do something because people really don't understand. Like, it's a real fraternity. It's a brotherhood. It's a lot of these things that's going on to me are direct indications of nepotism. They get away with the things they do because either they have enough money to do it, or they have brothers or friends or who are in positions of power who can go, we just don't make that go away.
Right.
So, and that's just, you know, such a real quick, that's one of the biggest things I touch on with, you know, with other people, other races, not even other races, all people. Because it's, I have Caucasian friends who live in trailer parks or who suffer from oppression or who dealing with the same struggles we are. So, definitely not a race thing with me, it's a human thing, but I think that's why I'm so big on self-investment. That's why I'm so big on us building foundations.
Right.
Not that I want us to have the, you know, the G-Pass to kill people and get away with it, but the only reason these people are getting away with it because they are in a position of power. They really own and dictate the building. So if one of their best friends go, you know, do something he got no business doing, they wipe it away like Freddie Gray. There's no reason why nobody's in jail, nobody got convicted. So he just, you know, he just killed himself back there. And y'all was just driving and detaining, but
and that's cool. And they're still working. They're still able to.
Right, and then and we live in a world where it's that crazy where even if they do lose their job, they have like I don't even want to call them names, but they have people who actually create them GoFundMe, give them $1 million to live okay anyway. So he does the conviction. He lost his job, but he still got $1 million on the GoFundMe.
I mean, that's what happened to Zimmerman after the whole thing with Zimmerman with Trayvon Martin. They start funding him.
Right.
Like a gun for option.
A gun.
Right.
This is stuff where like the mayor or whoever that's in that city was like,
step in like,
play this kind of game.
Right.
Nah.
And it makes you question the system, like what's really going on.
Right.
Okay.
No, man, I'm just really like, oh my God, I can't believe you're here. I know you brushed up on and you talked about partnerships and about being in relationships and how, as a whole and collectively, what are you taking from that person? And I know me personally, I feel like the proper word for it is outgrew people. I feel like the direction that my life was going is in a totally different direction. So if you ain't progressing, you know, you gotta stay in the back. So I just want you to brush up about that a little bit.
In relationships, in my opinion, for lack of a better term, it's going to be casualties of war. Mentally, there's a war going on. I mean, physically, spiritually, on every front. But I tell people all the time, 0.5 plus 1 does not make 2. You cannot make a collective bond. A cohesive bond. You know, if you two aren't. I'm not saying you got to both be in the same place exactly, but it has to be some kind of fight for progressiveness.
Right.
And, you know, and prosperity and just being a better person. I believe a lot of relationships are outgrown, but people stay for the sake of security, comfortability. I know I have a lot of female friends, you know, who reach out to me from time to time who are as bad as even like abusive relationships, but they stay there for, we got babies and I'm like, listen, I need you to understand you're going to go into that box alone. So I need you to understand at some point in time you got to start living life for you.
Right.
You understand your happiness, you know, means more than anything that, you know, he bring money or y'all live comfortable, but, you know, you miserable or you can't even sleep good at night because you're worrying about him, you know, putting hands on you for whatever reason. And even outside of that, I think we all have strengths and weaknesses, but as a collective, I think it's the job of the partner to identify each other's strengths and weaknesses, and where you lack, that's what they make up. Like, I'm terrible with misplacing stuff. I lose stuff every day. Like, I drove all the way 20 miles across town with no money. I have no cash. I got one card, so, but stuff like that, like, the mothers of my children, they keep me in check. They keep me in check. Like, when I lose something, they're like, Derrick, place it over here. Oh, Derrick, I knew you was gonna lose it, so I picked it up for you and put it here, things of that nature. But you definitely gotta have somebody with you who complements your personality. And just going back to being analytical, I know a lot of people in 10-year relationships, and I'm like, okay, the love is cool. What have y'all done, as a collective to push y'all existences forward? A lot of people have absolutely no answer. you cannot really call yourself a team if y'all not focused on any wins. If y'all just, y'all cool with being comfortable, y'all cool with being stagnant. And even more, I'm 26, so my average relationship, it should be 52 years of wisdom between us. There's no reason why we should be living like 20-year-olds.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, life happens.
Preach.
Okay. Life happens. Life happens. We're gonna go through situations. I understand that. Like, I've had adversity. Even in retail, making X amount of dollars. I had a ton of times I was broke. I went through it. But one, you gotta have a partner who's willing and ready to go through those situations with you. You gotta have a partner who's open to growth. You gotta have a partner who's open to different perspectives. I know especially older people. I know so many people with one-track perspectives. They don't even want to hear new information. I think that's one of the easiest ways to stay stagnant and not grow. Like, I don't have a college degree. Like I said, I speak from experience. I went to college and got like 4.5 credits. I was like, it's not for me. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I graduated high school with a 2.2 GPA. I barely got out of there. Like, it was so bad. In 12th grade, they gave me remedial math just so I could, because that was the only thing holding me back. I just could not deal with what's that, algebra 2? I think it was algebra 2.
Yeah, algebra sucks.
Couldn't do it. Wasn't gonna be passing. So, you definitely gotta have somebody who compliments you. You definitely gotta have somebody, especially mentally. I know so many men and women that's just kind of like, oh, we have great sex and he makes money, I make money. But I'm like, listen, when y'all 60, looks don't fade.
Right.
Even when you get busy and and I've learned that even when I got into retail, my mentorship, I just don't have, like, a lot of times I don't have time for intimacy like I used to. It's just not there.
Yeah.
So y'all gonna have to have something else that y'all lock in on and that makes you attracted to that person. Like, okay, well, he don't have time for intimacy, but while we taking this 30-hour road trip, we can interact mentally, and he can still hold my attention because we connect, at the brain.
Right. You stimulate my brain, not just physically giving me that.
Right. So, and I tell you all the time, like, you can't reach your goals holding hands. It don't work.
It's more.
Sometimes I'm not saying it. Neglect that. Just
right. But you gotta live for yourself, though.
Right.
Right.
You can't make me happy and you're truly not happy. You can't be truly happy for my happiness and you're not happy. You can't truly. How you gonna build me up to be a whole?
You ain't even come on now.
There's people in relationships that don't know each other pet peeves. That don't know, like, she hate when you burp at the table.
But you don't know that you never even took the time to even talk to her.
Y'all been sleeping together, dating babies for 6 years, and you don't know that.
You don't even know her favorite color.
Right. It's so minuscule. Like, I've had these conversations with women. I'm like, well, what do we like? I don't know. I'm like, y'all on baby number 3. You don't know what they like. I don't know.
And that's real life, though. That's real life.
Yeah. So that's like, I'm big. Like, I haven't necessarily like zeroed in on that, but I tell you all the time, like, I speak from a place of experience. I have my son will be 8 in August. His mother is stationed in Korea. She's actually in Tampa visiting right now, but Derrick's mother is with child due August 8th.
Yes, congrats.
Thank you. And then my next daughter is due September 17th.
No, are these 2 women or 3? Because you're saying it like
I have 4. After September 17th, I have a total of 4 children, 3 daughters, 1 son, 3 mothers. But that's why eventually, because I didn't want to get confined to that box, like, oh, this is a relationship guy. But I have so much. I have like.
There's so much love to give.
No. Not love to give. I'm saying regarding information. Like,
right.
Co-parent. There's a lot of guys like, how you pull up being a full-time father? How did you, navigate that situation with all those different personalities to where those babies could still be raised up in a house, sleep together, see each other every day? Yeah. So actually, on my unlearn and relearn online courses, month number 1 is August. That's going to be geared towards the youth and the children. But month number 2 is going to be co-parenting. Because that's a real issue that's hitting our community. I know brothers and sisters who have static with each other in the same city because they feel like dad hung out with her more. Or dad married this one's mom, so you kind of the outsider, or he bought her 10 presents and I only got 2 presents. Like, I know girls who like that, like, now he loved her more though because she hung with him. I'm like, now did you ever ask your mom the situation? Was she willing to always let you go there? Because I've figured out a way to have a working and loving relationship with all the mothers of my children, and a respectful one to where they like, okay, I understand the goal. We want to raise our children together. What do you think?
I think that's like mature as as hell. I feel like a lot of people wouldn't be able to do that just for different reasons. Right. And in this generation, I know you brushed up on trends, but a lot of people follow, each other, and a lot of people don't have their own mind frame. So when it comes down to stuff like that, like, oh hell no, because you wouldn't do that.
I have people all the time. They're like, how all them sitting in the same room?
Right.
And I'm like, we grown. I'm like, I think what y'all forget, what a lot of people forget when they go through those situations, those children are siblings. So you gotta understand at some point in age, they're gonna either be disconnected or they're gonna talk, and they're gonna be like, your mom was a clown, I know.
Right.
Like these things bring about resentment because me and my mom, I had an issue with her for a long time. Like when she put my father on child support for me and my brother, because he paid child support, we never really saw it, and he still did everything. Anytime we needed something, he's like, call your daddy. He's kicking out $900 a month and still doing everything outside of that. So the resentment, it's a lot of moms out here that think they're going, or even dads that think it's going to pass. So the child will get of age to ask questions.
Right.
And they're going to be like, why didn't I see my dad? Because I just saw my dad and he told me X, Y, Z. You're going to have some explaining to do. Exactly. That can bring in, it may seem light right now while the child a baby, but when he's 15 and he developing an opinion, it's going to hurt you when he's not fond of you because he didn't see his daddy in 7 years. Based on who you didn't like, he was dating a girl that you didn't like, things of that nature. So I think that's something that really got to be touched on. That's a real play in our communities. Even like, just the mother and father having support. Like, I'm not with Derrick's mother, but she's on baby number 2 because her, myself, and the woman I am with sat down and had a conversation, and she was like, I don't want to have any children outside of Derrick. I want all my children to have the same mom and dad. And the woman I was like, okay, that's fine. And we went from there. A lot of people, I know I get a lot of people comments like, man, I wish I could call my baby daddy and say, just give me one.
Right, okay, I'm just telling you for you.
That's why I really want to have that curriculum. I really want to touch on that because it's very much possible. Just communication, respect. Communication be like, you gotta have that open communication. And I think even I've learned in any relationship, people respect it so much more when you get in the option and you don't lie to them.
Right.
When I don't lie to you and tell you like, oh, I'm this type of guy, I'm just gonna be real with you. And then at that point you're gonna either say, all right, or you're gonna be like,
you wanna mess with me
right, or you're gonna be like, nah, I'm not with that. And that's the conversation I had with the woman I was like, Jessica wanna get pregnant again. How you feel? We talked about it for like a whole month. And at first he was like, and all of us eventually sat down and he was like, it's a goal. Now we all live together. Like,
so y'all all live together.
Right.
So is it a sister wife?
No. Just seeing somebody.
Oh, okay.
She's seeing somebody. But she only wants she wants all her children to have the same father. So it's communication, I think, the biggest thing. And just keep
a lot of people would want that, but just don't know how to go about the situation or how to.
And not even so much living together, because I know for some people that's like, that's close.
Yeah.
But just being able to sit in the same room, being able to go out for that baby, when they have things that when they're excited and their eyes light up, just to be able to see mom and dad standing there with them,
exactly.
Like, that's what's up. At basketball practice, it's the small things that we miss because we too busy as parents bickering. I took me all the time like adult business has no adult problems has no business in the child world. Exactly. Keep your feelings to yourself. We're going to focus on these babies, the betterment of our children. And raising them up with their siblings is probably a good thing to do because they're siblings.
Right.
And when we leave here as parents, those are the people they need to rely on.
Exactly.
So,
it was in one video you said, a lot of parents that will come home from work and they'll vent to their kids about how their day was at work or, the system.
Oh, that's one of my biggest ones. I came up with this rule like a few years ago. If my child cannot come to your establishment, I am not coming. Now, unless I absolutely feel like baby shouldn't be here, then I won't bring them. But I'm really big on that because I took Derrick out of grade school probably a year and a half ago. He's been homeschooled. Derrick has never been to school. She'll start homeschool next week. Next month. So I'm really big on I'm really hands-on with him. And because I was able to be self-employed, that just gives us all the time in the world. Like, we just really hang. Even like me and her, because at times Derrick is gone for 6 months at a time. He goes with his mother because she's in the Air Force. But me and Derrick are like 24/7. Even like when I had my shooting, she was with me in the car.
Wow.
Even like times when we were down, we have lights, we have water, we was going through the struggle. Like when I was going broke on numerous occasions. She was always there. So that's why she's out. She a girl, but she more like me than her brother is. Like she's like my like.
I can see because she's the ones in the video. I see her in the video. She's just all in the back. She's just so comfortable.
Yeah, she's like the small version of me, but really big on that. And like I told myself at some point in time, like I mean, as parents, I think we have to minimize the me time. Because, you know, these young people don't ask for this welcome party to the world. We force them.
Right, we force them.
We asked to be here.
Yeah, you know, we bring them here and then we get them here and we're like, oh,
go sit down,
I'm tired.
right.
Go watch TV. Go do this and do that. And people ask me all the time, like, with the kids, you know, how did they get to the point with that? And I'm like, as adults and children, you have to detach. Like, I'm going on, next year, make 5 years, no cable. I don't mess with the TV at all.
Wow.
Even like the kids that get movies, they'd be like, Dad, you can sit down. I'm like, you might can watch some child. I'm like, we can talk. Y'all want to talk about something? Y'all want to go hang out? Y'all want to get some mischief? But I'm not watching no TV with y'all. So, and that's one of the biggest things, like just detaching. You know, the imagery that they're seeing, the music that they're seeing. I took a time like World Star got to stop teaching our children about sex before we get a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything.
It's just pure nonsense on it. But I'm really big on like I would credit my dad too, because he was really big. He was the same way. Like even dealing with the child support thing initially before I moved with him, he was always hands on calling like, hey, y'all want to come? You know, when you hit this age, legally you can say you want to move, and I'm here. And as soon as I hit that age, I said legally I'm out of here. And I was with my daddy at 13, but yeah, I'm really big on the parenting. Really big on that.
In one of your videos, you had mentioned, you know, going through life and you got to go through trial and error. And a lot of people, you know, they work 9 to 5s and they don't really want to be there and they feel like they have something more or better to offer. What is your advice to that person who want to quit but really?
That's one of my favorite ones. First and foremost, trial and error is the greatest teacher to me. There is nothing more better that you can be taught than hands-on experience. I tell you, like the ABC tattoo on my forehead, that stands for adversity builds character. We're gonna go through it and we're gonna grow through it. There are no losses in life, there are only lessons. We either gonna win or we're gonna learn from the situation, reevaluate, and we're gonna come back and fight again. But for the people out there that feel like they're confined to these places, I know how you feel because I was once you. I was
Certainly.
I gotta start working in a few minutes. I don't want to get
they line up the benefits for me, that vacation. And, you know, and really school just taught us, you know, order, live a fruitful life. You know, take this route. You got to ride with these people if you want to do your thing in life. So I would say that's 100% false. I will say we all got gifts and talents. I want everybody to understand every business starts in the red. Walmart started in the red at one time. They just built themselves up. They employed enough people. They made enough strategic moves to be the company that they are now. Us humans are no different. We can do absolutely the same thing. These entities, none of them fell out the sky. None of them are just, you know, magically made. They all originated from a human having an idea and putting it into motion. So that's one of my biggest things. We all have to exercise our potential, or, you know, these places out here will do it for us. They will maximize us if we let them. And, you know, just doing research, a lot of people, that's why I say people just gotta be analytical.
And that's your favorite word.
Just step back and use logic. Who convinced us that their dreams and their goals is worth 5 days and ours is worth only 2? Who came up with that system? Like, yeah, man, give me 5 days of your life. You know, you have 2 to catch up on your sleep and hang with your babies up. And, you know how much stuff we got to do? We got birthday parties on weekends.
Right.
Changes. All this stuff we got to try to crunch into a weekend just to appease these strangers Monday through Friday. Or the fact that people don't really understand, like, we give 71% of our year. If we're doing 5 days and 2, these places are dictating 71% of our year. And people just got to step back and be, if not for you, think about the babies. I'm giving this stranger 71% of this year. And I'm giving my babies how much? Minus my sleep and grown people stuff I got to do for the other 29%. So I definitely want people to feel like they're stuck. I definitely want people to look more into the thing, like the benefits wise. We don't need you to dictate when we vacation. We know how to get in cars and go out of town by ourselves. The whole benefit system, even like with 401s, because I've done a lot of research on that. People never stop to think, who is the face of the 401k?
Right.
I get this money to you every week. Don't even know what you look like. You could be purple for all I know. This stuff I'm telling people gotta be analytical. Like, you gotta stop and think, like, where the money going? And why would I need the money back? I can't snatch it out back when I want. And you penalize me.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
On my money.
like I said, just being analytical. Like I think what a lot of people should do: write down the reasons why you're at this place, or you feel like you gotta be here, and then look at every reason and just ask yourself why, and write your answer down. People, that's what I say. Like it's logic, but a lot of times people gotta see it. You gotta turn the mirror on them, and they'll be like, "Oh man,
really
I was tripping."
benefiting from being.
Yeah, I was tripping. So, like I said, I've been there. Like I remember when I first got in at 18. I'm like, cool, man, I'm retired at 43. X, Y, Z.
You already got a plan.
You don't know,
Young
like
Stevie.
Yeah, that's how I'm still be young, have fun. You know, until you get to a place where you like, I got an idea. I'm gonna manifest my idea, and then your idea trumps that whole ideology in a year or two. And you like, what was I doing?
Yeah,
But then with me, I turn around and I go, you know what? I know what I was doing. I went through it, so those coming behind me don't have to. I'm gonna double back, and I'm gonna remind them like, I don't ever want you to believe this building is any greater than you. And I need people to realize like, you gotta understand. I don't know how one can truly believe they're gonna reach the stars when another man controls the ladder, the wall, the roof, the whole foundation you intend to climb up on. He's in control of all that. So unless that man feels as though like you deserve it, you know, you'll be, 30 years strong and you'll still be doing in the same position. You'll have a total of $4 pay raises over all that, and that's it. But a lot of that stuff that they sell us on, like, when we offer XYZ, we can create these things ourselves.
That's true. I feel like in our generation, a lot of us feel like the struggle, like you said, they love to stay, stable in that struggle and making the struggle look good.
Oh, I get so tired of it.
Right, like for real, it's just like making the struggle look good, and so it's like when are you gonna progress? When do you want better for yourself? I mean, I feel the same way. I'm like I'm working this job, and I'm like I'm tired. I'm ready to see my child, and what am I really getting out of it? Like not even what I deserve.
Right.
So it's just like I feel like with you, I know you was talking about as far as saving. I feel like that's very important. That's starting your foundation, starting your platform.
Yep.
With you working, you do need to have your own side goal. What are you trying to long-term, short-term goals? Like, what are you trying to do? So I definitely feel like saving is a big part of it.
Stop scaring. What you mentioned, a lot of people are scared to make that change and jump out the window and say, I'm going to just, start over.
Yeah, like I tell you all the time, like, you're only going to die once.
Right. That's one life.
Jumping out the window is not literally jumping out the window. You're not going to die if you hit the ground. You just got to get back up.
Yeah.
Climb back up and say that, and hop out again. Like, I've been there, like, when I first started my retail, like, certain people laughed. They was like, okay, so you're going to be making $36,000 a year. You about to go make T-shirts and sell shoes, and you're going to take care of your kids? And I'm like, yeah. People like actually clown.
People think $36,000 a year. You're not bringing home $36,000.
Not at all.
People don't understand that. You're not bringing it home after your insurance come out, after Uncle Sam get here, after your 401k come out. So you bring it home at about 17.
Yeah. They clean up for almost half of it. They're gonna take back almost half. And then you better properly handle that, because tax, even with tax time, like, these people stole the money the whole year long, and then they give you a pinch of it back. They don't even give you everything they took from you. That's it. Well, I know people who be like, man, and not saying they're wrong, because again, I've been there. I've been that person. But you just gotta start. Really, man, I think that one of the best ways to really start understanding this world is you gotta detach from it. If you caught up in it, I say all the time, like you're not gonna be anything bigger than this place if you're caught up in it. If you're caught up in things of the world, your vision is gonna be jaded. You can't really see things clearly. When you actually, like, I know cutting that TV off, fasting, that is I can tell them all day. I think people just terrified of fasting. They terrified of, like, don't take my food. Yeah. Right. Even like down to what we put on our bodies, to what we watching, to what we spending. And I've been writing budgeting plans for like the past 2 years now for certain. Well, when people reach out for them, I give them one. But fasting is one of the biggest ones. People get so tied up, like I said, tied up in things of the world that they just can't. They can't really know themselves, know where they're headed, know where they come from, or what they can truly do. Because things like television is at a place now, in the internet, where they're like the model of what beauty should be, of what success is, of like even like with Derrick. so many people got on. Why she got dreads? She's only 3. I'm
Yeah, like what made you like really provide her to dress that
yeah,
early?
they're like,
Right?
oh, kids shouldn't have dreads. I hear it should be XYZ. And I was like, we do what we want to do. I was like, I told her, I was like, I don't know, like, I don't know if it's not written on my face enough. You haven't realized I don't care about like nothing that's
right.
Like, I just do my own thing. And she's like, okay, whatever. But even like we dyed the tips, got it right. I knew that was coming up. You put that bleach on that baby hair and this on. And I'm like, listen, the baby hair been bleached for a year now. It didn't fall out. I bleached mine several times.
Probably did yours first to make sure nothing happened.
We know how to bleach the hair properly. Like, we move to our own drum. We do what we like. One of my favorite sayings to kids that the Earth Our Turf. We're gonna do what we want to do out here. This life is mine after all. So I'm pretty much gonna do what I want to do.
Right.
So but I think that's one of the biggest things to gain clarity out here. You got to detach. Even like sometimes with the internet, some people I follow just so much bad information, so much jaded information. So in order, like what really helped me get into it myself is when the 7-year relationship I had with Derrick's mother ended in 2014, and that's when I really had some true a long time. Like really long time. That's when lights went out. Everything we come watch TV, we want to get. So,
Yeah, option at that point.
Yeah, but that a long time like really helped me. I came out so much solid, and I came out like me and Derrick's relationship got way closer, and Derrick's, and I just came out so much wholesome with myself. Like I think I had dealt with violence on countless occasions because I did a lot of things in the streets before that I wasn't proud of. I dealt with losing people to the system. I had dealt with losing money. Relationships and love was the only thing that hadn't beat me. I had always been the one to get away, but she actually got away, and that was the last thing on my list to like really just harden my shell to where like, okay, I'm unfazable. It's nothing y'all can.
Yeah.
You had to kill me other than that.
Yeah.
Don't bother my kids, but nothing bothers me whatsoever. So after that, I really became whole with myself, and that really just made my agenda that much stronger because like I said, I speak from a place of experience. So I actually learned how to go through. Like I enjoy adversity, so I actually learned how to go through it and then double back and just. I tell people all the time, it's only gonna make you a wiser and stronger, better, more fit leader for the generation behind you.
Right. I love that you
I know I be talking forever.
No, because it's giving nothing but good information.
The lessons that you plan on giving, do you have them all ready, or you plan to give?
We finalizing them right now. I want to have them up and available by this upcoming Wednesday because I definitely want people to know, what we're gonna be touching on. Yeah, what we're gonna be touching on and what we're gonna be doing for a start. It's gonna be, of course, I'm gonna throw it up on social media, but my website, people can get all information, news, books, tour dates, whatever they need at the website. It's amillibound.com, AMILLIBOUND. All my and any information they need can be found there. But I want to say by next Wednesday, I want to have that list up so people know exactly what they're getting into with the unlearn and relearn. Geared towards the children for all of them.
So back home, what do you have? I know you had the one and that mentorship that you had like a GoFundMe on. Mm-hmm. And you're trying to get an ice cream truck and go around free ice cream in your campus. I love that idea.
I'm big on infiltration.
Yeah, so how are you going with that?
Chilling one day and I'm like, how do we get a pass into any neighborhood in America? But I'm with that medicine and the candy medicine.
Medicine, candy.
I'm that dude that's gonna give you the ice cream, but I'm gonna drop one of these papers in your
right, talk to you.
Okay. So after you get done eating, you're gonna be sitting there at night and be like, but he said something real. Let me, that was the idea. But even with that, reached out to so many different companies. I got a letter of endorsement. I reached out to, I said about 500 different places. Absolutely no response. So I ended up having to not put it on the back burner, but I know to make that happen, I'm gonna have to fund it myself. So that's why I haven't. I've since then taken the link for the GoFundMe down because I understood like at that point, this is a mission you don't have to do on your own. It's unfortunate because it really is for the betterment of, like I tell people all the time, there's a lot of nights where I wanted to give up. I wanted to be like, you know what, my kids got information.
Right.
I'm good. Like,
yeah.
I've been living okay for the past 5 years off what I do in retail. But subconsciously, my conscience is like, nah, you can't give up. You can't quit. I know everybody closes this door on you, but you gotta believe that one day somebody gonna be like, rest of it out there, I'm with you.
Right.
Let's make that happen. So it's still very much emotion. It's just at this point I'm like, okay, I'm gonna spend my own funds on it. So now I'm getting my situation together. And going viral does help because I'm on a much broader scale now. So I really believe it'll be into fruition by 2017, early 2017. I just know rather than to go fund me, I'm gonna have to get out there and get it on my own and go, because I know to get the band out the gate was gonna be like 50, and then to make the transfer. Yeah, because it's gonna need a lot. Yeah. It's gonna need a lot to turn a Mercedes Sprinter van into an ice cream truck. So
get my ride or something.
I have a Mercedes truck, but I'm about to have 4 kids, so I gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm about to get a Sprinter van myself, but that one we wouldn't be able to convert because I still gotta travel with 4 children in it. So now at that point I'll be working on getting number 2. Because mine is pretty much an even swap for the price in the van is pretty much around the same. But after that, I gotta focus on getting number 2 because I really believe, like, I'm all about infiltration. I really believe we're gonna get the pass in any neighborhood, and that's why it's unfortunate. But I know, like, if I came in there, because it's different ones I get. Like, I can get the older normal van, but I know it's certain areas of different demographics that's already gonna be like when they see it. But I want to think of like, because again, I just learned from my experience. When I first went to Mercedes back when I was 22, I'm 26 now. I got little attention. There was no love. I bought the first one at 23. I bought my second one at 26. Now when I get in, oh, Mr. Graves, you want some cake? You want something crazy? It's love. And it's unfortunate that this system does not judge us off our character. A lot of times our dollar amount is what makes us, give us the pass. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna adjust. I'm gonna adjust to the game. I'm gonna go get a Mercedes Sprinter van with ice cream truck. Because I know even when I go, it's like area in my, like, if I take that to Beverly Hills with ice cream, they're not gonna trip until they see my face at the window.
Right.
If they see it riding through, Jane and the Bears, they're gonna be like, oh,
Upscale?
You're allowed in here. So that's
I'm selling fresh pay.
I'm all about like right. I pay close attention to the system. I'm like, I see how y'all playing. I understand that. Like, I gotta go stealth mode on y'all. We gonna move, but when we pop up, we gonna pop up there.
Right, where you gonna turn it?
You had no choice then.
Like, even with retail, I ain't show my face for years. I always said, like, I know the call's gonna come. I'm gonna do, you're gonna send our itinerary, and I'm gonna show up in New York in your office. Y'all gonna be like, you in the wrong spot. I'm like,
we didn't actually come here.
I'm like, nah, I'm Derrick Grace. I'm the dude you made itinerary for. What's up? Right. Too late now.
Right.
So that's how I move the same way with that. But I definitely want to bring that to fruition by spring 2017. I definitely think it'll work. And I know, like, if anything, the big. And we're not charging. My plan not charging ice cream. Right,
you're supposed to be free ice cream.
Yeah. I'm gonna drop some
that's
game
the killer. Like,
when we exchanging, I'm gonna drop some game money. That's gonna make you scratch your head and be like,
we looking at ice cream game. That's
always been my thing. Like, I know a lot of my brothers got to die for the hood.
Yeah.
And that's why I call it the shift, because it's gonna be a problem when they die and get out there. That's when you got a problem. When you like, man, listen. How bad you want to make that establishment? How bad you want to lay that foundation? I'm willing to die to get out of it.
Yeah, we got some.
Yeah, that's when you got some warriors. That's like, oh no, we're not here for the negativity. We're not here to kill each other. We're gonna kill adversity. We're gonna kill these closed doors. We're kicking them. If you don't let us in the door, we're gonna kick in the window, come through the chimney. How we get in there, but you gonna let us in there.
So we gonna make our own.
Yeah. Oh,
we make our own.
Yeah, we'll bulldoze yours. Build up right here.
Guess what? Your doors open because of us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So how about we don't even fuck with y'all? We open our own.
And but that's been my motto for the past couple of years. And I try to kick it to people, and I try to kick it in a way because a lot of people feel like I'm against work. I'm not at all. I tell people we got to use these places as exactly what they are, a meeting point to link with other people and a source of information. Infiltrate, educate, vacate. We're gonna do what America's good about, infiltration. robbing people, refurbishing the information and presenting it there. So yeah, I'm gonna come to your building. I'm gonna like one thing I learned from the sheriff's office, chain of command. I understand that there's layers and levels to ownership and that you gotta install certain people to correctly get the job done. That's one of the things I directly took. Cause I remember having complaints and they like, no, you can't talk to the sheriff, you gotta go to so and so. And he gotta go to it. I'm like, man, well, when the complaint gonna get made? But I learned that dealing with them, but I'm not against it. And we all start somewhere. We all gotta get that capital to initially jump out there. That's how I did it. I took 401k. I didn't even know I had it. They called me like 6 months after firing me. It was like, oh, you got $1,100. Like, oh, I'm on my way to get my money.
Okay.
I invested that directly into myself, and 5 years later, I'm still out.
Wow, that's amazing. So where do you want to? I mean, where do you? I know you stay in Tampa. So when you go out there, what is your everyday life like?
Well, with the kids, not gonna lie, we've been slipping the past 3 weeks because since I'm on viral, things are really crazy. So I'm trying to get a hold of it so we can get back to our routine. But I like to wake them up every day. We sit together, have breakfast. I'm big on positive program, like I said. So they have to tell each other something nice about each other every morning. They do yoga, and
wow.
And then we'll either walk the dog. He's been a little crazy lately, so I even let the kids walk him in the morning. Or I'm big on gardening. I want to learn how to grow their food, so we'll go out in the garden. But actually, got to do that over because a hurricane came through Tampa probably like a month ago, ruined all our watermelons. So we actually got to go back out there and replant them. But that's my thing. I like to do for them mentally, and just helping them meditate to get ready for the day. And then they'll run errands with me, shipping books with me, shipping boxes. Any business I do, they always with me. So day to day, we just speeches? And Derrick plays the part. He does speeches with me. Like Derrick is shot, so I'll have him get up on stage with me and talk as well. But as of late, a lot of rallies. There's a lot of rallies. With the things that's going on. So we've been hands on with those, doing rallies like 2 or 3 a week. Getting ready for the back to school giveaway, getting Derrick ready for homeschool. But just on the daily, that's our thing. We going yoga, positive words, and I really make them. I would say make them. They have to help me run my business. So I'm trying to put independence in them. So like they have a vending machine. It's gonna be part of my online relearning. But I bought them a vending machine and I bought them a lemonade stand. They have to go out on sometimes weekdays, but weekends they gotta hustle and get their own money. So like school shopping, but we really don't have to do their homeschool, but I make them purchase their own things now. So now they're learning how to make the dollar, how hard it is to actually go out there and turn a profit, and then they're learning how to properly spend it. Like I don't let them spend it on everything they want. I'm not advising to be like, no, I'm not buying that. You're gonna spend all your money on one thing. But that's the day that they really me just trying to instill what I know in them right now. Because my goal has always been like, I want y'all to trump my mental, my accomplishments 15 years earlier. So by 18, y'all are owners, I'm good.
Right.
Like, they got one vending machine under their belt right now, and they got the lemonade stand. But we're working more. Yeah, we're working more on because Derrick was really big into cosmetics. She likes makeup and things of that nature. So working on confirming the name now. But by Christmas, she should have her thing full blown where she's doing her own natural nail polish. Because we're trying to stick with the natural stuff. What's best? What's most healthiest for the people? But that's really day to day. We just hang with them, and any adult stuff I gotta do, they almost have to go like even with I had a lot of stuff. They have my books signing my meeting. They're like, Dad, we don't want to go. I'm like, y'all don't have a choice.
Right. Right.
I was like, y'all like eating, I like to eat, right? Yeah. I was like, well, y'all gonna grind. I gotta grind.
Okay. Right.
Like, only reason I get my pass this morning because I was already late. I'm like, y'all gonna hold me up, so I gotta leave y'all.
Yeah.
But other than that, I wouldn't make. They gotta get it. Y'all gotta. If I gotta talk, y'all gotta talk to me. So that's how we work.
So you got this book, Gods Amongst Men.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. My original book I released August of 2014. That was a 700-page autobiography about myself. The second book, Gods Amongst Men, that's more so a book of affirmations, where I don't like the messages I give on IG and whatnot. I kind of decode them myself, so people don't even have to scratch their heads. It's directly in your face. Like this is one right here. If I made you aware you will leave here tomorrow, would you do anything different? If a second thought crossed your mind for a moment, you may be living an unfulfilled life. Just simple stuff like that to drop on you, because, like I said, it's logic and common sense, but we live in a world where that's not really celebrated. People just want you just to go with the flow. Right. I'm gonna tell you how to live this thing, you know, and you run it how you're supposed to run it. So, God's Amongst Men is a book of affirmations, 365 to be exact, for years worth. And I definitely want to send much appreciation to, especially the Houston, because I got a lot of love here. The book went number one on Amazon in 2 days. Now, book number one is crazy. 2 whole years, only 78 copies. Book number two, number one on Amazon in 2 days. So I was there, like, it's so many I have. Like, I don't know what the back order is. Amazon closed not closed it. They suspended my account and all. Like, oh, you're not meeting the demand of the book. It was a good problem. It was one of them problems. You're like, yeah, this is a good problem to have. Yeah. I just got to do better with my ordering on the book. So it's crazy. Like, we started out placing orders of 50. Now we placing orders of 500 because it's that.
And you're doing this yourself? Like,
yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Bagging books up at night or any time of the day is rough. Like, the hands feel like they're
right.
Yeah. And even my mail lady, I have a phone number, so I text her like, hey, Kim, I got packages for you to pick up. She'll show up and be like, Derrick, I don't think I got room for this. So it's getting to that point where, like, we have to take 2 cars to the post office. And then, like, I'm real particular about when I ship, because the post office, like, lose stuff. Let's say they did leave. I sit there and make them watch. I sit there and watch them scan, like, all 300. Like, other than that, we had, like, 194 packages. Ladies like, okay, we'll take them in the bag. I'm like, no.
I'm going to sit here and watch you.
I'm like, no, we're going to hang out for 30 minutes, and I'm going to chill with you.
I get to see my people get what they
Yeah. So, yeah, that's really what the second book is. Really my step by step booklet on how I came to the place I am and what theories and ideologies I have about life. A lot of stuff y'all see in the videos, that's me compiling it to word form so people can actually travel with it, or or even PDF app, digital, however. But that's pretty much what it is.
Did you? No, that's more than you wrote more than one book, right? How many books have you wrote?
This book number 2. Book number 1 is Thank God We Don't Like What We've Been Through, and book number 2 is God's Amongst Men, 365 Routes into Freedom.
So with your process of writing, like, how long does it take you to write, like, your average book? Like, how long did it take your first book?
9 months.
9 months.
But I'm gonna tell you about 2014, and yeah, what helped me get it done in 9 months. January 3rd, the IRS they froze my accounts. They told me I had not handled my business taxes properly, and I had to start paying them. Same year, the person I started my brand, who I thought was a good friend, he decided to sue me because he was just a shirt maker. I created a concept long before I met him and was making shirts. He started making them, and one day he came to me, he was like, hey, I think we should do a 50-50 split since I make them. I was like, you own the machine. Yeah. Like, you just press them. That's it. This is my intellectual property. I put it in the shirt. He was like, well, we're pressing a lot, though. So I think, he was like, and I heard you talking to your cousin saying how you were going to get a new Benz.
Not eavesdropping.
Yeah, and I was like,
so you found your pocket.
Yeah, bro, it was really that type of situation. Like, when a woman see a man, she like, He really came to me like, well, I heard you the other day, and this was really struck me. Like, I know you got it. I was
wow.
I know you sound crazy, man. I know you really 3 weeks later, I got a subpoena. He was suing me. That February, I'm trying this all back to back in the course of 3 months. That February is when Derrick's mom, Jessica, left, and she left me with all the responsibility. I had to carry everything on my own. Wasn't ready, so that's when lights went off, water. Lost my insurance, and my lights got suspended. I had so much stuff to overcome at that time. And then that August, 4 months later, is when I had my shooting. So all the while I'm writing this book, and I'm going through it when I'm writing. But it came out so good because they got that raw emotion.
Right.
Like, I was so mad, and I say that in the world, but that's why I got the lightning bolt tattoo. And to me, it stands for the ability to take energy and you direct it how you feel it should be directed. And that's what I did. That's why I said, like, adversity builds character. I just took all that hate, all that aggression, and just kept writing. Like, I wrote 700 pages. It was more than 700. I narrowed it down. It took 9 months. 9 months, I had knocked it out. I was that mad.
Right, so I just imagine how passionate that book is.
Every day I was getting them, I'm just
right. This happened.
Yeah, so it took 9 months. I knocked that one in 9 months. Book number 2, I knocked out in like 3 months. The affirmations are a lot simpler because it's less text, but I could really like, if people throw subjects at me, I can just run, like we can talk for 2 days literally. I keep talking and talking, so I got 3 years worth of those. Like I got like right around like 1,200 affirmations, but I was like, we're gonna do volume, so this is one. Yeah.
That's awesome. Now I know you kind of brushed up a little bit on your tattoos. You know, everybody's like, what does that mean? What is, so just tell me a little bit about.
They all have meaning, absolutely everyone. How it originated, when I lost that job, my dad was pressuring me to go get another on me every day. And I don't have a criminal record. He's very well connected in Tampa, so he could pretty much get me hired anywhere. And one day I just made the decision, like, I want to be an entrepreneur. And I remember telling him that. And like a lot of fathers are, who come from blue collar setting, they're like, I don't know about that, man. You need to get a job. Yeah. So, whole family, I kid you not, like, was campaigning. Everybody calling me every day, like, man, when you going back to work? You got kids. And I'm like, I'm not. I told you I'm going to be an entrepreneur. I'm going to do my own thing.
Wow.
Like, really just hustling me. So, I was like, you know what? I sat there one day, I'm like, what can I do to shut them up? And then to excommunicate myself from corporate America, because I don't want to go back. And I was like, I just tattooed my face. I went and got this one right here. It's an ancient symbol circle when I look like an A. I went and got that one. As soon as I got a chance, I sent my dad a picture. And he called me, he was like, why you did that? I was like,
why you did that?
That's over.
That's the first thing.
I told him to do my thing. Now I have no choice but to do my thing. And I also, back then, I had a bad problem with procrastination. So I knew in order to really make it in business, the only way, and I've done this many times, like a lot of times I put myself in a position where I have to perform at a high level. Because I know if you tell me, Derrick, I need this done, I got this project done, you got 6 months, I really start working on it like at 5 months and 20 days. Like, I'll do it.
Right.
So I'm one of those people who perform well under pressure. I tattooed my face, and really that's when I had my defining moment. Like,
now you gotta go out here.
You gotta make it right.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna hide you. Same with this tattoo right here. It says 8/2014. My book wasn't done. It was like July 28th. My book still wasn't done, and the release date was on my 25th birthday, August 20th. So I was like, okay, how do I make sure I get off my behind and get it done?
You tattooed today. I'm gonna deal with you.
I was like, I tattoo it.
It's a deadline.
You gotta see it every day.
Yeah, I was like, when people go, your book's on August 20th. If you done tattoo on your face and all, it ain't ready. I was like, I don't want to hear that. So I normally get it done. I got it done though.
Yeah. That's what's up.
So that's what a lot of them are just like, again, me speaking into existence, me motivation and inspiration, like one-on-one. One on my chin, I remember really sitting there one day and I was just like, I kept just being deep in thought, moving my mentorship. I was even being analytical about the things I was putting out there. And I'm like, I been one day just like, I'm the one. I'm going to be the one. And I was like, I'm going to get that tattoo. We're going to speak.
Yeah.
I'm going to tattoo it. Even like the L4C, that's actually an acronym I got from Wale, Limitations for Cowards. But that's something I really live by, like, you know, that's for the scary folks. I'm gonna do what I want to do. It's my life. I'm gonna move out. Yeah, I'm gonna do what I want to do. So, yeah, they all in some form of either me speaking positive things into existence or motivation and inspiration.
You gotta deal with. We ask the question. I know you have to deal with the stereotype.
Oh yeah.
I mean, does that bother you at all?
No, I actually enjoy it. I enjoy the people more who will tell me, who will speak on the stereotype, because we get taught. I get to bust their head open with information and they be like, whoa.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, so it's the ones who don't say nothing. I'm like, but I see them staring. Just say something so we can have this conversation.
Yeah.
But no, I actually enjoy it. Like, the look on people's faces be hilarious. And they like, man, I was just down at Trey, I was at the hotel, and somebody's like, where you rap at? You know, rap. He was like, yes, you do. Like, you got to be a rapper out of town. I'm like, no, I'm an author. I'm into motivational speaking. He's like, what? Why have to find you on social media? I gave it to him. He came out later and he was like, I never seen nothing like you before. He's like, this is really crazy. But no, I enjoy it. I enjoy I enjoy the comments, the judgment, all that.
Keep judging book by its cover.
Yeah, definitely. That's and I think that's one of the things. I truly aspire to do really great things, but that's one of those things that follows everything I call a shift. I'm going to change the way in which we assess people from the exterior. Because once I'm done, I think people will have a whole new outlook on how they look at stuff. Like, just
we are now. Like watching videos, we like, it made me reevaluate my life. I'm like, damn, I need to
video.
Right.
I even had to work on that myself because there's a lot of people I've seen. Like I've got some of the best wisdom and information from working. It's a soup kitchen I'm volunteering back at home. Those people give me so much game. They homeless and all, but they are so wise, so smart. And people a lot of times don't again be analytical. A man that walks it off can tell you how not to lose it. I know people go, man, I ain't talking to no homeless dude. What are you gonna tell me? How not to be homeless when
right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming.
No problem.
Yes, Derrick.
I know you got to get the trailer.
Nothing to buy this information from you.
I do want you to say, like, just what would you tell the younger generation? Like, what would be the last words before you miss the mic?
Younger generation.
It's good advice. It's something that they can take home. I'm just saying though, like younger, they really need to look. I mean, really everybody. Just maybe just a good something that we can a good note we can move off of.
I would tell any generation, be a thinker at all times. Protect your mental. Protect your radar. Your intellectual property is absolutely the only thing this world cannot take. That Men in Black zapper that we've seen is non-existent as far as we know so far. So our memory is that one thing that we can take. The intangibles, which are the things we cannot touch, those are the things. Those things are far greater than anything in life. So protect that mental. Always try to keep that positive programming because the first way, in my opinion, that this system can confine you or oppress you. They have to mentally make you believe that you're being oppressed or you are oppressed or whatever the case may be. So that's my biggest thing, man. Just always be analytical. Don't be afraid to use logic. Don't be afraid. Question everything. I mean, absolutely everything. We got too many going with the flow, baby. Break that cycle. We got to make people start asking who, what, why. That's what they taught us in school. You need to start finding that.
Seriously.
So, and just my biggest thing, just the game is predominantly mental. Keep that mental clean. Put great, far-fetched, and awesome things in there. And it's all a belief system. Once you manifest the idea, you got to speak it into the world, and it will manifest within your action. So that'll be my thing. I think any race, any age group can pick up on that. It start with your mind. What are you putting in your brain? And I think my opinion, that's the number one way that you whoop the system. It's not, you can't physically whoop them. It's all mental. It's all mental gymnastics. It's all a game. So I would say just start with that mind first. Once you control your mind, things will start to look totally different and open your mind up to totally new things that you wasn't aware of because you had other people in control of your mind.
Derrick,
There you go.
I appreciate you just taking your time out your busy life and just to shed light on everything and just enlighten us on everything. I appreciate you so much.
I appreciate that.
Guys, Derrick, Two Grace, only here on Star Radio. You're welcome back anytime.
We gonna see your stuff. We put your name in it.
We're gonna put it on every day.
Put the credit in.
Right.
You're welcome anytime. You're in A-Sign.
Right, I love it here, man. I feel like I'm at home. This is my the welcome here. I ain't gonna lie, it's better than I know Tampa gonna complain, but y'all, I don't care. they show me more love in a day and a half than I get at the house. Yeah.
That's how it be, though. People out here say the same thing when they go somewhere. It's like, hey, people love. This is how it is.
Yeah.
It's just when we don't know you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's easy to accept it. Appreciate you for coming through.
I appreciate y'all.
All right. Live Exclusive Show. We out.